My beloved child, before you dismiss these words as just another message, stay with me for a moment. There are seasons in life when everything appears silent, yet behind that silence, extraordinary moments are quietly taking shape. Your heart has carried questions that no one else could answer, and your soul has waited with remarkable patience. But something has shifted. Someone connected to your journey has begun to feel an unexplainable pull that refuses to fade. They cannot fully understand why your presence keeps returning to their thoughts, yet every passing day makes that feeling stronger. As this unfolds, clarity will come. What happens next may surprise even the person who never expected to feel this deeply. The story has already started moving in ways hidden from ordinary eyes, and the next chapter holds a revelation that could change how you see every delay you have ever experienced. Something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes the greatest changes never arrive with loud announcements. Instead, they begin with a quiet realization inside another person's heart. Right now, your soulmate is standing at the edge of a decision they never imagined making. They have started looking back at moments they once ignored, noticing patterns they previously overlooked, and realizing that certain coincidences were never coincidences at all. This may resonate as we continue, because the answers you have searched for are beginning to gather together like pieces of a puzzle finally finding their place. The unexpected action they are preparing to take is not driven by fear or pressure. It is being guided by a deeper understanding that has awakened inside them, and every step they take is bringing them closer to the truth they can no longer avoid. There is another detail that makes this moment even more remarkable. While you have focused on your own path, unseen doors have quietly begun opening. Conversations that once seemed impossible are becoming possible. Thoughts that once felt uncertain are becoming clear. The distance between questions and answers is becoming smaller with every passing day. You may not see these movements yet, but they are happening beyond your sight. Stay with me for a moment, because what comes next is where everything becomes even more meaningful. The unexpected choice your soulmate is preparing to make will not only surprise you, it may also surprise everyone who believed this connection would never evolve beyond silence. Sometimes the most unforgettable moments arrive only after hope has been tested. Think about every delay that once felt disappointing. What if those pauses were actually preparing both hearts for the exact moment when understanding could finally appear? Every unanswered question has quietly built toward this point. Every challenge has shaped a stronger foundation than you realized. As this unfolds, clarity will come. The next move your soulmate is preparing is one they once believed they would never have the courage to make. Yet something inside them keeps whispering that waiting any longer is no longer the right choice. That quiet voice grows louder every single day, and soon it will become impossible for them to ignore. The moment they act, many things that once seemed confusing will suddenly begin making perfect sense. So before this message ends, remember one thing. The most powerful transformations often happen just before people believe nothing is changing at all. Your story has not reached its conclusion, it is approaching a turning point. Keep your heart open, keep your spirit steady, and don't lose sight of the journey that has brought you here. This may resonate as we continue, because what is unfolding has only revealed its first layer. The next part uncovers the unexpected realization that finally convinces your soulmate to take the step no one saw coming, and that revelation may be the missing piece you have been waiting for all along. A quiet change has now become impossible to ignore. The thoughts your soulmate tried to push away keep returning with even greater strength. Every ordinary moment now reminds them of something they cannot explain. Stay with me for a moment, because this is where the story begins to shift in a way no one expected. They are starting to understand that some connections never disappear, they simply wait for the right moment to be recognized. As this unfolds, clarity will come. The answers they have been searching for are no longer hidden behind doubt. Instead, they are beginning to see your place in their journey with a level of certainty that surprises even them. Something huge is waiting for you, and each passing day brings that moment closer than before. The most unexpected part is not what they are feeling, it's what they are preparing to do because of those feelings. They are beginning to let go of old assumptions and replace them with a new perspective that feels impossible to ignore. Memories they once overlooked now carry powerful meaning. Small details suddenly connect like pieces of a picture that had been incomplete for far too long. This may resonate as we continue, because their next decision has the potential to reshape everything they believed about this connection. If this message is keeping you engaged, share it with someone who could also use a little hope, subscribe for more uplifting journeys like this, and leave a comment sharing what part has spoken to your heart the most. There is another layer that has remained hidden until now. While your soulmate is experiencing this inner awakening, opportunities are quietly arranging themselves around both of you. Conversations that seemed unlikely are becoming more natural. Timing that once felt impossible is slowly aligning. Nothing appears rushed, yet everything is moving with remarkable purpose. Stay with me for a moment, because the next realization becomes even more extraordinary. Your soulmate is beginning to believe that waiting any longer may only delay something that already feels meant to happen. That realization carries a quiet confidence that continues growing stronger with every passing day. What makes this moment unforgettable is the courage beginning to replace uncertainty. Instead of asking whether they should move forward, they are starting to ask how they can move forward. That single change in perspective transforms everything. As this unfolds, clarity will come. They are preparing to take a step they never imagined they would be ready for, and when that moment arrives, many pieces of your journey will suddenly make far more sense than they ever did before. The unexpected is no longer a distant possibility, it is becoming a reality that continues drawing closer. Before this chapter closes, remember that remarkable stories often reveal themselves one page at a time. Nothing meaningful has been rushed, and nothing valuable has been forgotten. Every experience has quietly prepared the path leading to this very moment. This may resonate as we continue, because the next part reveals the surprising sign that removes the final hesitation from your soulmate's heart and brings them one step closer to doing the very thing no one believed they would ever do. The moment of hesitation is beginning to fade. What once felt uncertain inside your soulmate has slowly transformed into quiet confidence. Stay with me for a moment, because the next revelation changes the direction of everything. They are no longer asking themselves whether this connection is real. Instead, They are wondering why it took so long to recognize what had been growing within their heart all along. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Every unexpected reminder, every meaningful coincidence, and every unanswered question has been leading them toward one unmistakable realization: you have remained a significant part of their journey, even during moments of complete silence. There is something even more surprising happening behind the scenes. Your soulmate has started noticing signs in the simplest moments of everyday life. A familiar place, an unexpected conversation, or even a passing memory suddenly carries a meaning they never noticed before. Each experience feels like another piece of confirmation, gently encouraging them to stop ignoring what their heart has been trying to reveal. This may resonate as we continue, because they are beginning to understand that some opportunities only appear once, and missing them could become a lifelong regret. That understanding is quietly changing the way they see the future. Now an important choice stands directly in front of them. They can continue pretending nothing has changed, or they can finally listen to the truth that keeps growing stronger inside. The remarkable part is that their heart has already started making that decision before their mind fully catches up. Stay with me for a moment, because this is where the unexpected becomes even more powerful. They are preparing themselves emotionally for a step they once believed was impossible. The courage they have been searching for is no longer something they hope to find, it is becoming part of who they are, one quiet moment at a time. The energy surrounding this connection feels different now. Delays are beginning to lose their power, while hope continues gaining strength. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Your soulmate is realizing that waiting for the perfect moment may have kept them standing still for far too long. Instead of waiting for certainty to appear, they are choosing to move forward with faith in what they truly feel. That decision is creating a ripple effect that will soon reach beyond their own heart. The unexpected action hinted at from the very beginning is no longer just an idea, it is becoming a choice they are ready to embrace. As this chapter comes to an end, remember that the most unforgettable turning points often begin quietly before they become impossible to ignore. Your journey has been moving toward this moment with remarkable purpose, even when nothing seemed to be happening. This may resonate as we continue, because the next part reveals the final breakthrough that inspires your soulmate to take the step that changes everything, completing a chapter neither of you ever expected to witness. Everything has been building toward this very moment. The uncertainty that once surrounded your soulmate is finally giving way to complete clarity. Stay with me for a moment, because the next revelation is the one that changes everything. They have reached a point where ignoring their heart no longer feels possible. Every question they carried has slowly transformed into quiet confidence, and every delay has shown them that some connections become stronger with time instead of fading away. As this unfolds, clarity will come. The unexpected action you have been waiting to hear about is no longer a distant possibility. It is becoming a real decision. What surprises them the most is how naturally this realization arrived. There was no dramatic event, only a series of meaningful moments that slowly revealed the truth. Looking back, they now understand that every challenge had a purpose and every pause carried a lesson. This may resonate as we continue, because they are beginning to see the future through a completely different perspective. Instead of wondering what could go wrong, they are focusing on what could finally go right. If this journey has kept you engaged so far, share it with someone who enjoys uplifting stories, subscribe so you don't miss the final chapter, and let others know which moment in this journey connected with you the most. Now something remarkable begins to unfold. Your soulmate is preparing to leave behind the doubts that once held them back. The walls around their heart are becoming lower, and the courage within them is becoming stronger. Stay with me for a moment, because this next step is one they never imagined they would have the strength to take. They are realizing that waiting for the perfect sign may have delayed happiness for far too long. Instead, they are choosing to trust the quiet certainty that has been growing inside them day after day. Every chapter before this one has quietly prepared the path for what comes next. The pieces are finally fitting together, and the story is beginning to reveal its true meaning. As this unfolds, clarity will come. The decision your soulmate is about to make carries more hope than fear, more confidence than hesitation, and more purpose than uncertainty. The once unexpected action has become the most natural step they could possibly take, and its impact is closer than either of you could have imagined. As this chapter closes, remember that extraordinary moments often arrive after long seasons of patience. Nothing that truly matters is ever wasted, and every experience has helped shape this turning point. This may resonate as we continue, because the final chapter reveals what happens after your soulmate takes that unexpected step, and why the ending of this story is even more meaningful than its beginning. The journey has finally reached the moment everything has been pointing toward. Stay with me for a moment, because the final piece of this story reveals why every delay, every unanswered question, and every quiet season carried a purpose. Your soulmate has made the decision they once believed they would never make. The unexpected step is no longer just a possibility, it has become a choice born from understanding, patience, and a heart that could no longer ignore what it truly felt. As this unfolds, clarity will come. What once seemed impossible now feels like the most natural direction for their path. Looking back, they realize the greatest surprise was never finding the answer. The greatest surprise was discovering that the answer had been growing quietly within them all along. Every experience, every lesson, and every moment of reflection prepared them for this turning point. This may resonate as we continue, because it reminds you that meaningful connections are often strengthened by time rather than weakened by it. The ending you once imagined has transformed into the beginning of something far more hopeful than either of you expected. There is one final revelation that brings this entire journey together. The unexpected action your soulmate is taking is not simply about changing a moment, it is about embracing a future with renewed confidence. Fear has been replaced by faith in what feels genuine. Doubt has given way to quiet certainty. The story that once seemed filled with unanswered questions now carries a sense of peace that continues growing with every step forward. Something huge is waiting for you, not because everything happened instantly, but because every chapter prepared you to recognize its value when it finally arrived. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Whether this message reflects your own journey today or simply offers hope for tomorrow, let it remind you that life often works in ways we cannot immediately understand. The most meaningful chapters are rarely rushed, and the most unforgettable moments often appear when patience has done its work. What seemed like an ending was quietly becoming a new beginning, and that truth has now revealed itself in the most unexpected way. And so this story comes to its close. Not with uncertainty, but with hope. The connection has found its turning point, the hidden lessons have become clear, and the unexpected has become reality. Thank you for staying until the very end of this journey. Sometimes the greatest revelation is realizing that the path was shaping both hearts all along, preparing them for a moment that neither of them could have imagined, yet both were always meant to discover.